Hello, everybody, and welcome to Project Pack 25, Day 5. So today we're going to use a 5 tile. We have our white charcoal, our General's 555 pencil, which is the darker, softer pencil, our Zentangle pencil. We have some tortillons. We have a Micron 01, our 08, and our gray 05. And a white jelly roll, which I'm going to show you two different ways to use either for this project, or I guess I should say for this day 5 project. You can either use your jelly roll, or I'm going to show you how to get the same effect without using a jelly roll. And so you can use it or not use it. It's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and move these over here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up my Micron 01. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do Foundabout. And for this, you're going to pick kind of a place that's, a little ways up, maybe a cap length way up from the middle bottom, and we're going to draw a soft C. So I'm going to pick this point right here. And I'm going to want to come right around here. Just like that. You're going to tether the top part and then leave the bottom open. Just like that. And then we're going to come and we're going to do this right side, and we're going to do the same shape right here. And you're going to want to draw these kind of long. You don't want to go too short. And I gradually get a little smaller as I work my way up. So you're just going to go back and forth, left and right, left and right. All right, I think that is good for mine. And then what you want to do is, and I know on the Zentangle channel, she did a little loop. I am just going to do just kind of a basic stem. It's going to come around kind of like that. So I'm making mine more like kind of just your basic stem. All right, next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to do kind of some S shapes, but you're going to come to the top here on your left. You're going to come out, swing out a little bit, and then around. Just like that. And then go to your right side, and you're going to want to do the same thing. Just swoop down, come out, and around. And you're going to want to come to your starting point from your original spines. And you're going to want to go back and forth, back and forth. Try not to just go straight up, because you can get a little lost and it might get a little wonky. So just going back and forth. All right, so now that we have the bottom parts of, I guess if you want to call them leaves, I like to think of this kind of like an organic type of tangle. So now we're going to come to the top side and just kind of bring it around. All right, so there we have our basic roundabout. All right, so next what we want to do, just to kind of add some extra emphasis, some really cool techniques. This next part, so you can do this a couple different ways. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a half moon shape right here. And you can either color it all the way in and come back later, and we're going to use our white, or you can use your white jelly and put a highlight in. But I like to put the highlight in right now rather than use the jelly. So I usually put this little spot right here and then kind of color in. And I find that I make my highlights bigger because usually what happens once I start inking in is the ink will come in, and so this shape will start getting a little bit smaller. So it's always easier to go big and then bring it smaller than it is to go small and then try to get bigger. See, I'm just going to make that highlight just a little bit smaller there. And then you'll want to come over here and draw the other side of that half moon shape. These we don't put highlights in, so you can just go ahead and color them in. And depending on your shapes, you know, you may or may not see the half moon shape that would have been down here. I have a slight area, so I'm just going to kind of fill it in with black to kind of show that that little spot existed. And you're going to want to do both sides. So just kind of, again, working your way left, right, left, right. And you'll want to make these a good size. See, that one was a little small, so I might come back in and make that a little bit bigger. You don't want to make them too huge, but, and again, leave yourself a spot for your highlight. And so just like that. So just go ahead and go all the way up. All right, so now we have those little shapes in. Go ahead and grab your gray 05. If you don't have a gray 05, you can try this with just your regular pencil, and then when we get to the kind of shading part, just don't press as hard. If you are throwing down graphite for the pen, obviously it won't be that big of a deal, so it'll be fine. But what we're going to do here is we're going to add in some lines, and we're going to do some fluted ends. So if you want to watch, kind of to see what I'm doing first, and then, go draw your lines. That works. So just come through here and just give it a little bit of a flute shape. Go ahead and do that to your other side also. So just like that, and go ahead and add your fluted lines all the way through. All right. So there we have kind of the basics, and this next step is optional, but I will say it really brings out this this Zentangle. So what you're gonna want to do is kind of pick a spot, and so we're gonna take and we're gonna draw some more spines in here. So I think like a good spot would be like right here, and so just kind of come out. I mean, we're basically going to do kind of what we were doing before. So we have like our spine here. So come in. Let's do like a little spine coming out of here. So again, just coming through and tapering that. Let's see. Some of these you can even do like an additional like secondary spine that comes off. So just kind of think about like where that would come off. So come up here, go around here. All right, so now just go ahead and we're going to repeat the same process up on this secondary leaves. All right, that's looking so cute. All right, so let's add some shading in. So go ahead and grab your pencil, and what we're going to do is we're going to come along here and just lightly just put a thin band of graphite on this bottom. And then we're going to come up here around this one and then come around these little black pods. All right, and then you can grab your Toryon and I'll show you how to do this, and then we can just kind of go along and do that, and then we can jump back where we need to be. So again, as you can see, like a little bit goes a long way on these petals or leaf shapes. Want to add a hole right there, you can, but again, just kind of pulling it away from the edge and into this little area. And this gives the leaf a little bit more of definition and shape to it. So go ahead and do that to the rest of your petals. All right, this is looking so good. So if you have the General's 555 pencil, use that, or if you just have a real soft pencil, you can definitely use that if that's, you know, in your box of tools. But basically what we're going to do here with this one is just go in where, you know, these overlap. Just throw down a little bit more this graphite, and this is just going to darken it in a little bit and just give it just a touch more dimension into these shadowy areas. This is looking so good, y'all. Okay, so next we're going to want to take our white charcoal and we're going to add a highlight into these leaves. So go ahead and you just want to kind of go right where the top part, the most top part of that leaf would be. So just go in and ink. If you want to, you can use your tortillon to buff it, but I don't think you really need it for this. We're just going to get this light little highlight on each of these leaves. I love how that is looking. Hope you guys are really enjoying this one. So for our final, what we probably want to do is, there's a lot of material on this. So you can take out your 08 if you want to, or you can go back to your 07, just, kind of preference, and just maybe go through and kind of follow some of these lines in here. You just kind of thicken them up as needed. And what's nice is it's going to pop out these lines that are getting lost with all the material on top of our black ink. So, our black ink was kind of getting lost in there. All right, and then for some of these little spots where they connect, if you just want to draw a little bit of a kind of swoop line, just to kind of soften these edges, that'll work. And if you notice, like I used the 08 on the bottom parts of the leaves where it's going to be darker anyway due to shadowing, and then my 01 I traced over the tops of some of these. But go ahead and kind of soften your lines where they connect. All right, and there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed day 5, and I'll see you on day 6.